If you're planning to learn piano this new year, just pause for a second. Most of what you've been told about learning piano is completely wrong. And if you don't know that, you're going to waste another year wishing you could play instead of actually playing. In this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the biggest myths that keep adults stuck for years without realizing it. Myths about sheet music, practice, and more. I'll show you what's actually true, what really matters, and what you can completely ignore. Myth number 1, you have to learn strict sheet music first. Okay, this is a big one. And honestly, it's the reason most adults quit before they ever even get to the fun part. Somewhere along the way, we all picked up this idea that real piano means sitting down with a giant book, decoding black dots, and grinding through kid songs until eventually, someday, it magically clicks. But here's the truth. Sheet music is one way to learn piano, but it's not the best starting point for adult beginners. If you're an adult with a job, a life, responsibilities, you do not need to spend months learning nursery rhyme melodies just to earn the right to play real music 10 years later. Most modern music, pop, worship, singer-songwriter, movie themes, isn't even played from sheet music in the first place. It's played from chords and patterns. That's how real gigging musicians do it. So when adults force themselves to start with full notation, they're basically choosing the slowest, most frustrating path possible. It takes a very long time to learn how to read sheet music, and ultimately that is largely what makes learning piano as an adult so slow and frustrating. So you don't need to decode every note on a page to sound good, and you don't need 10 years of lessons to play your favorite songs. There is a faster, more adult-friendly way, and in my opinion, it's how most beginners should start. I teach my adult students to learn chords first. Not. If you'd like to jump in and get started learning with chords, download my free piano practice planner. It'll show you the first chords to start with and how to play your first song using them. Comment practice planner below or head to the description of this video to find the link. Myth number 2, if I just practice more, I'll get better. This one hits a nerve because it sounds true and it's absolutely not. Most adults think piano is like the gym. The more hours you put in, the better you get. But piano doesn't work like that. I've seen people practice every day for months and barely improve because they're practicing the wrong things in the wrong way. So here's the blunt truth. More practice doesn't help if the setup is bad. You're just repeating confusion. It's like trying to get in shape doing exercises you don't actually know how to do. You can put in hours and all you do is reinforce bad habits. This is why so many adults tell me I've been practicing, but nothing's changing. That's because repetition only works when you're repeating the right thing. What actually builds real piano skill is this: practicing in layers, choosing the right songs, breaking things down the right way, correcting technique before repeating it, knowing why you're practicing something at all. When adults finally switch to intentional practice instead of random repetition, they improve fast. So no, it's not about grinding harder, it's about practicing smarter. Myth number 3, I'm too old or not talented enough to learn piano. This one makes me crazy because it keeps so many people stuck for no reason. Somewhere along the way, adults started believing that piano is only for kids or for people born with some magical musical talent. And if you didn't start early or you don't feel naturally gifted, then somehow it's too late. Let me be very clear. Age doesn't stop you. Lack of talent doesn't stop you. The wrong method stops you. I've taught people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I even have a student who is 91 right now, who learned faster than kids. Not because they're musical geniuses, but because adults actually have an advantage. You understand patterns, you can focus with purpose, you know the music you love, you're motivated for the right reasons. Talent is not the thing that creates good players. A clear method, the right order, and steady consistency does. If talent truly mattered, half the people in my Piano Accelerator program would have washed out in week 1. But instead, they're performing in our virtual recitals, sounding incredible, and playing songs they once thought were impossible. The only real requirement is this: you have to want it. If you've got that, you're not too old. Like I said, I have a student that is 91 years old and just performed in our winter virtual recital. So what is your excuse? Okay, so now you might be asking, all right, Caitlin, what do I actually do with all of this? Let me give you the most blunt, honest advice I could give to anyone who wants to finally succeed at piano this year. And I mean this literally. If you follow what I'm about to say, you will succeed, no question. Number 1, commit completely. If you half try piano, you'll get half results. Most people fail because the moment it feels unfamiliar or they don't see instant progress, they quietly back out. Don't be that person. Commit to being a beginner. Commit to showing up even when you don't feel motivated. Commit to not talking yourself out of it when life gets busy or you hit a plateau. Your mindset is the thing that kills your progress. Not your age, not your talent, not your schedule. If you decide, I'm doing this and I'm not quitting again, everything becomes possible. And here's what commitment actually looks like in real life. Write down your piano goals for this year. Something specific and exciting like, I will play my first full song smoothly by March. When your brain sees a clear target, it stops drifting. Set a minimum practice rule, even 10 minutes. Your minimum is your lifeline on the days you would normally quit. Put your practice time in your calendar the same way you would put a doctor appointment or a work meeting. If it's not scheduled, it gets sacrificed. Choose your environment. Keyboard out, plugged in, pedal ready, music stand up. If you have to drag everything out of the closet every time, you're not practicing. Commitment is also environmental. Tell someone your goal. A partner, a friend, a community. Accountability turns a wish into a plan. Track proof of progress. A notebook or voice memo once a week. When you see your improvement, it reinforces the identity, I'm a person who shows up. Commitment is small, practical things you do that make quitting harder than continuing. When adults finally commit in this way, that's when it clicks. That's when piano stops being a maybe someday and becomes part of their identity. Number 2, stop trying to learn alone. I know you don't want to hear this, but you will not figure out piano by randomly clicking tutorials. You will not magically connect the dots on your own, and you absolutely will not get good by copying glowing key videos that teach you nothing about actual musicianship. Every great athlete, musician, or expert has a coach or a roadmap. Michael Jordan didn't wing it. Serena didn't wing it. Even the pros have guidance, feedback, and structure. When you don't have structure, everything feels harder than it should. Because when you follow a real structure, you can't stay stuck. Your skills build in the right order, your confidence grows, and your progress compounds. And if you want the first step of the roadmap I use with my students, the same roadmap that starts with chords, then moves into melody, and eventually has you reading lead sheets with confidence, grab my free practice planner. It shows you exactly how to start learning your first song with chords, what to practice, and how to build real momentum. Just head to the link in the description of this video or comment practice planner below and I'll send it to you. Number 3, show up every day or almost every day. On busy days, give yourself at least 10 minutes. That's enough. And here's why. Your brain learns piano through frequency, not intensity. If you practice once a week, your brain basically has to relearn everything from scratch each time. It's like opening a book and forgetting what happened in the last chapter. You spend half of your time refreshing your memory instead of moving forward. But when you show up daily or almost daily, even for short bursts, your brain stays in the loop. Your muscle memory actually builds instead of resetting. It's the same reason people who learn a new language practice a little every day, because your brain loves consistency. It thrives on repetition, and the more often you touch the piano, the faster things click. This is why 10 focused minutes a day will beat a 1-hour Saturday session every single time. The Saturday session feels productive, but by the next week, your brain has forgotten half of what you learned, so daily practice compounds. Here's what showing up actually looks like. Keep your keyboard out, plugged in, ready to go. Like I said earlier, environment is everything for consistency. Attach piano to something you already do every day. This is how habits stick. So maybe you sit down after your morning coffee, or you play for 10 minutes before dinner, or you use it to unwind after work. When piano is tied to an existing routine, it stops being a choice and becomes a rhythm. Next, follow the minimum rule. Your rule might be, I will sit down at the piano for at least 10 minutes. That's it. Track tiny wins because they matter more than you think. So write down all of your wins, like I switched chords smoother today, or my left hand didn't panic on this song. Understand that consistency beats effort every time. And when you put all of this together, piano stops being this frustrating on-again, off-again dream. It becomes something you can actually do, something you're good at. Something that becomes part of your life instead of something you quit every January. I've watched hundreds of adults go through this exact transformation, from zero to playing their favorite songs on the piano. And once they finally had the right mindset, the right method, and the right rhythm, they were playing full songs in months, some even performing in my winter recital only a few months after starting. So if you've been carrying around the story that you missed your chance to learn the piano, it's not too late. You just needed someone to tell you the truth. So commit to it. Stop trying to piece it together alone and show up even on busy days. If you do those 3 things, you will succeed at piano this year. And if you want the easiest place to start, comment Practice Planner below or grab it from the link in the description. It'll walk you through learning your first song with chords, building a routine you can actually stick to, and giving yourself the structure you need to see real progress this year. Up next, I recommend watching this video. It'll help you learn your first song with just 4 chords, so check it out here. And if this video helped you, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.